Yo, what is good, everyone? I'm coming on here to talk about one of the most important topics in trading that is extremely crucial for you to overcome if you want to become profitable and truly see progress in your trading. And the sooner that you get over this and the sooner that you master this, is the sooner you're going to start seeing more profits more consistently and actually see progress in your trading journey. And this is something that I honestly have struggled with a decent amount, but I not only have realized that I had this problem, I was able to realize that I had this problem and fix it, which is something that I want you guys to do. And I want to see you guys succeed at the end of the day, but you guys need to be able to overcome this. And this is losing. Losing trades, in my opinion, are more important and will tell you more about how good of a trader you are than your winning trades. Every trader is going to have winning trades. It's something that's natural. We all love to have winning trades. But if you really want to see how disciplined you are as a trader and how successful and the progress that you'll see trading, you need to see yourself and do a self analyzation of when you lose a trade. When you lose a trade, me, when I was unprofitable, this is exactly what I would do. So as you guys know, I have this strategy that I do every single day at New York Market Open. When I was unprofitable, the second that I would lose, I literally would re-enter a trade within 2 seconds, just trying to make back my loss or just trying to get break even for the day or trying to get 150 for a winning day. That's all I was trying to do. Literally, I'm telling you, like, my stop loss would get hit within 2 seconds. I would enter in another trade simply trying to make back my loss. And I can't even tell you guys how much money I gave back to the markets in this process. And it didn't happen often because the strategy that I do has a pretty decent win rate. But with anything in trading, you're gonna have losses. It's part of the game. So every time that I would have a loss, I would have an automatic stop loss, or I would my win strategy, whatever it is, it's a 1 to 2 RR. Okay, so if I'm risking $400, every time I would lose $400 or trying to make back another $400 to be break even on the day, I would lose another $400. So that losing day it should have been a $400 losing day, ends up being an $800 losing day. So now you just made two losses, and obviously you're not going to stop at two. You end up going more. For me, I never would go to the point where I'm on tilt to blowing my account. I was never that type of person. But here's what I would do: I would have a good buffer. I would be good in profit on a funded account, maybe 3 days in a winning day, 3 day having three winning days. I would My stop loss would get hit on one trade, and I would trade back to make back my losses. And I wouldn't make back my losses. I would continue to lose. I wouldn't blow the account, but I would just waste $1,300 of pure profit that I had, for the last week, give it right back to the market within, the span of 35 seconds. So that's personally what would be happening to me. It's very, very difficult because every single time you lose, like, you're gonna lose, but I would make myself lose more on each one of my losses. Say I would trade 5 times a week, maybe one or two times out of the 5 times I'm trading every single week, I lose a trade. But say every time I trade or every time I lose a trade, I'm only supposed to lose $400. Now every time I have a losing day, it's like $1,400, $1,500. I'm not blowing the account, but I'm giving back all my profits for the entire week on my losing days because I simply couldn't just accept the loss. And here's what I would also think psychologically. When you are a trader and you go through a couple winning days and then you have a losing trade or a losing day, you think it's a loss. You think it's a L. You know what I mean? Like, you think like it physically harmed you almost. But you need to realize that losing trades do not harm you whatsoever. And if you're able to have a losing trade and to minimize your loss as small as possible, to where instead of it being a $1,400 negative day, now you're only down 30, 50 on the day, or you're only down $400 on the day, that is going to make you a better trader. So don't look at losing days or losing trades as something that is bad for your trading journey and is bad. It's going to hold you back in your trading progress. It's the exact opposite. The sooner and the better you can control yourself on your losing trades and your losing days, so where you can minimize not only the amount of times you lose, but the actual loss itself. We're all gonna have red days, but if my red days are $400 when I'm disciplined, but when I'm undisciplined, my red days are $1,500, doesn't matter how many red days I have, my profit is still gonna be significantly lower if I'm undisciplined and over trading more than I should be. And this is something I've seen so much because I've put on a couple of my friends on this like trading strategy that I've discovered recently, and I've been put on, and I've showed them how to do it. But I tell them all the time that even if I give you this winning strategy, it doesn't mean you're going to be profitable right away. at the end of the day, there's going to be losing days. And if you can't control yourself to not trade right away, right after you lose, to make back your losses, you're not going to be profitable. And that was me. I'll tell you guys very, very simply. I started trading, I think in November of 2025, maybe like late October. That's when I discovered this strategy, or one of my friends put me on this strategy that has an insane win rate that it doesn't require you to know anything about trading, regardless. I learned this in like maybe November, let's just say that 2020, not because I wasn't profitable, not because my strategy wasn't profitable, but because the whole, of November and December when I would be trading, I was unprofitable trading. I was trading like an idiot. The second I would lose, I would either, trade back right away to make back the loss, or I would literally, I'm not even joking when I say this, I would hop on TikTok live or YouTube live and look for people who are live trading and just join them in their trades. And obviously I didn't care and that's why I was so unprofitable. But guess what happened in 2026? Now I'm like profitable. I'm like done a little under 5 figures in payouts as a beginner day trader, which is pretty quick and pretty good. I know it's nothing crazy, but anyways, the reason why I'm profitable now is simply because when I take a loss, I just instantly lock out. If it hits my stop loss, okay, I'm down $400 on the day. I have one red day. Now my one red day is only $400. That way, the next 3 or 4 days that I'm trading for that week, all the profits are actually gonna matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're making $1,000 a day. If every single time you have a losing day, you're losing $3,000. You know what I mean? You're giving back all the profits from that you made the past week or the past month right back to the market because you simply can't control yourself. So this video is simply just kind of going over the importance of this. And as much as I can tell you this and tell you, my personal details, it's pretty impossible for me to make a plan for you or to tell you how to stop doing this. At the end of the day, it's something you're going to have to do. You're just going to have to be in that moment when you're sitting at your desk with your laptop open, with the chart in front of you and the buy and the sell button right in front of you. You're going to be the one. You're going to have to be the person who either locks out, closes their laptop, or simply doesn't trade and just continues to sit on their hands and look at the markets. Okay, I can make this video. I already showed you guys my entire story. And just to give anyone some context, if you guys haven't watched any of my previous videos, I don't know. I'm like a very beginner day trader. I don't really know how to day trade. I don't really know all this stuff. I know one winning profitable strategy that I was taught in the span of about 15 minutes on a Sunday night. The very next Monday and Tuesday, I sacked and made pretty good money, pretty decent money from this winning strategy. Even though I really don't know how to day trade, I could probably teach anyone the strategy and they could be profitable the next day. Anyway, that's just kind of giving you guys some context. But like I said, there's nothing I can do to teach you guys or to make you guys disciplined in your trading or profitable in your trading. You simply have to be the person who, when you're in that situation, when your stop loss gets hit, to be the person who decides, I'm not going to take another trade. I'm going to accept the loss. It's just it's your business expense. Trading is like any other business model. You have your revenue, you have your expenses, and then you have your profit. Your revenue is your winning trades, your losses or your expenses are your losing trades, and then whatever is left is your profit. So, you know what I mean? You're just going to have to, you can't have a business where it's like 100%, profit margins. Same thing with trading. You can't have 100% win rate. It's just not possible. It doesn't work like that. Anyway, I'm going to end the video pretty shortly, but I hope you guys like this. This is a really, really valuable video. I'm going to drop my Instagram down below. I'm going to try posting a lot more consistently on there for you guys. But guys, trust me, take it from me. Like, look at me as someone who literally did it. I started trading, I think, less than 100 trading days. In 100 trading days, and then a little under 5 figures in payouts, I have 3 winning days on another funded account, or so 2 more winning days until I get another payout on there. And that'll put me on 5 payouts in my trading journey, which is insane because I've been trading less than under 100 trading days. So if you guys have any questions, I'll leave my Instagram down below. Shoot me a DM. Do whatever you guys want to do. Drop a follow, drop a like, sub. Peace, peace, peace.